Hello, friends. Welcome to Betkraft, your home of short football predictions and analysis. As usual, we have a lot of football matches going on across the globe. And today, being Tuesday, we selected a few of them and we made our in-depth analysis on those few. And we came up with the very best verdicts for these games. And we had games in England and English Premiership, as well as the French Cup and Italian Coppa Italian. Okay, we do have a game in Turkey as well as in Switzerland. So without further ado, we want to head to the business of today. But before then, I want to order the folks that are coming across our channel for the very first time to please take our time to subscribe. All right, that will help us grow in this very channel as well as that you will be missing out on our content that's coming up every day in this very channel. Okay, that being said, let's start the business of today. Okay, today we have for the first game in English Premiership. We will have Newcastle coming up against Everton. Okay, we know that Newcastle is currently ranked 8th in Premiership, and also Everton is ranked 16 in English Premiership. And take a look at in the past 20 for both sides. You see that for home side, Newcastle have had 7 wins, 4 draws, and 9 losses in the past 20 games they've had. And their away side, Everton have seen 5 wins, 7 draws, and 8 losses in the past 20 games. And looking at the recent performances for both sides, we'll see that in recent past, just in the past 5 games for Newcastle, the home side have had 2 wins, 2 losses, and 1 draw. Those 2 losses come against Chelsea and Manchester City. Okay, and the last league match was against West Ham, where they defeated West Ham by 4 goals to nil. We saw a very good Newcastle side on that occasion. That was last week. And Everton, on the other hand, in the past 5 games, have had 3 losses, and 2 draws in the past 5 games I've had so far. Okay, the last time both sides met, at Merseyside, you know, at Everton's home, they defeated Newcastle by 3 goals to nil. You know, it was that the head-to-head have seen Newcastle, defeated this side on 5 occasions out of 8. So Newcastle is actually quite dominant, even though Everton have been able to defeat Newcastle on 2 occasions out of 8 times. So in this very game, seeing the form of Newcastle at the moment and the push for European football qualification, we expect them to put up some sort of performance in this very game. We expect the home side, Newcastle, to win in this very game. That's our verdict. And the next game that we have is in also English Premiership. We'll have Burnley coming up against Wolverhampton. Okay, and Burnley is ranked 19 in the relegation zone, and Wolves is ranked 10th. And they're looking at the past 20 for both sides. You could see that the home side, Burnley have had 3 wins, 5 draws, and 12 losses in the past 20 games they had so far. And their away side, Wolves have seen 11 wins and also 3 draws and 6 losses in the past 20 games they've played so far. In the recent encounters, you can see that the home side Burnley have had 1 win, 2 draws, and 2 losses in the past 5 games. And away side Wolves have seen 2 wins and 3 losses. You know, 3 losses. Those losses coming against the Newcastle and Coventry and also Aston Villa, the last game they played in the weekend. Okay, and the last head-to-head for both sides, last 2 head-to-head for both sides, I've seen Wolves defeating Burnley on those 2 occasions. Okay, and this very encounter, the away side, a Wolves who is much more stronger, compared to Burnley this season. So we expect the away side who is better to, manage to get a result from here. So our verdict is away side to win or draw in this very game. Away side to win or draw. That's what worst win or draw. That's the verdict. And the next game we have is in Italy, in Italian Coppa Italian, where we have Juventus coming up against Lazio. Okay, and in the past 20 for home side, you see that Juventus have won 10, they've had 6 draws, and they've had 4 losses, while Lazio have had 10 wins, 1 draw, and 9 losses in the past 20 games they've had so far. And looking at the recent account, I would say that Juventus have just managed 1 win in the past 5 games. They've had 2 draws and 2 losses as well. And away side, Lazio have seen 2 wins in the past 5 games. They've had 3 losses. But okay, looking at the head-to-head for both sides, I've seen Juventus, having a win in this very fixture. on 5 occasions out of 8. We also saw Lazio winning on 2 occasions, and then the other one being a draw. But in this very encounter, being the cup match, we expect the home side, Juventus, who hasn't been doing well of recent, but we expect them to sort of try to find their rhythm again in this very match. So we expect the home side and Juventus to pick up the sports. That's our verdict for that very game. And that takes us to the next game that we have. It is in French Cup, where Lyon will be coming up against Valenciennes. Okay, and in the past 20 for Lyon, the home side have had 12 wins, they've had 2 draws and 6 losses, and their away side, Valenciennes, have seen a four wins, 6 draws, and 10 losses in the past 20 games okay so far. And also take a look at the recent games. You see that Lyon have won 2 and they've drawn 2 and they've had 1 loss in the past 5 games. But their away side have had 2 losses and 3 draws in the past 5 games okay so far. So it is Lyon who is a better side. That's expected to pick up the sports in this very game. It is home win. That's our verdict for that very game. And the next is in Netherlands, Netherlands Eredivisie division. So we have Fortuna Sittard coming up against NEC. Okay, NEC. Okay, the home side in the past 20 they've had 9 wins, they've had 4 draws and 7 losses, and NEC, their away side, have seen 13 wins, 4 draws and 3 losses. And looking at the recent encounter, so you see that in the past 5, I've seen the Fortuna Sittard, the home side, achieving 3 wins, 1 draw and 1 loss. Okay, and the away side NEC also have seen 4 wins and 1 loss. We also saw NEC Nijmegen last week defeating the PSV by 3 goals to 0. Okay, so also what you've noticed is the fact that the head-to-head proceeding for both sides in the past 8 have seen NEC winning on 3 occasions, unfortunately Sittard winning on 2 occasions, and then the other 3 being an outright draw. But in this very game, we see that both sides are very high-scoring sides. Fortuna Sittard have been scoring a lot of goals, as well as NEC scoring a lot of goals in all the encounter. So we expect an over 2.5 in this very encounter. 3 goals minimum coming up in this very encounter. And that takes us to the next game. It is in Poland, where Wisla Plock is Poland League One, where Wisla Plock and Star Zazao is coming up. Okay, their match. We'll look at the first. For the home side, the past 20 they've had 11 wins and 5 draws, as well as 4 losses. And the away side, I've seen 7 wins, 4 draws, and 9 losses in the past 20 games okay so far. And looking at the recent results for both sides, we'll see that the home side have had 2 wins, 2 draws, and 1 loss, and the away side have seen 2 wins and 3 losses in the past 5 games okay so far. And what you have noted is also the last time that both teams met, which was last year September. So Wisla Plock defeating this side from away, okay, and putting all that together, we expect the home side Wisla Plock, who's ranked 8th at the moment in Polish league, to pick up the sports against Stal Sasau, who's ranked 14th Poland League One, okay. And the next game is in Galatasaray. It's in Turkey, where we have Galatasaray coming up against Hatayspor, and we know that Galatasaray is ranked number 1 in the Turkish league, and Hatayspor is ranked 15th. And we look at the past 24 home side that they have won 16. They've had 2 draws and 2 losses in the past 20 games they've had so far. And their away side, in the past 20 games, they've seen 5 wins, 8 draws, and 7 losses. And looking at the past 5 for both sides, we see that home side, Galatasaray, in the past 5 games, they have won 4 out of 5 games they've played so far, and losing 1. Okay, and that one being a cup match against Fatih Karagümrük. And the away side have managed to win one game out of 5. They've had 2 draws as well as 2 losses in the past 5 games okay so far. And also the head-to-head for this encounter, I've seen Galatasaray winning on 4 occasions out of 8. Also, Hatayspor have been able to win Galatasaray on 3 occasions as well, and those 3 occasions coming from when they are playing from home. And in this very occasion, Galatasaray is at home, and we expect Galatasaray, who is in fine form, who don't want to lose their grip, to in Turkish league, to pick up the sports in this very encounter. It is home win. That's our verdict for this very game. And that takes us to the last game of the day. It is in Switzerland. We will have Lugano coming up against Basel, and Lugano is ranked third at the moment, and Basel is ranked 10th in the Swedish in the Switzerland league. And looking at the past 20 for both sides, we could see that the home side have been able to win 10 times. They have had 5 draws as well as 5 losses in the past 20 games of played so far. And that way side have seen 7 wins, 7 draws, and 6 losses in the past 20 games I've played so far. And taking a look at the recent 5, you could see that in the recent past 5 games, the home side have won 4 times out of 5, drawing the remaining 1, which was against also against Basel. So Lugano have been able to win 3. I've been able to win 4 out of 5 games, and the away side Basel have had 3 draws and 2 losses in the past 5 games I played so far. And also, what I've noticed the last time both teams met, Lugano defeated the Basel in February from away. Okay, and Lugano have had 3 wins out of 8, while Basel as well have seen 3 wins out of 8 meetings in the past in the head-to-head meetings for the sides. So it is a very tough match, but it is the home side who is a better side at the moment that's expected to get very good result in this very game. It is home win Lugano to win Basel. That's our verdict in this very game, and that concludes our predictions. On tips on Betkraft for today. And I wish you the very best of luck, and I hope your ticket goes green. Okay, remember to play safe. Do not put your entire fortune in one bet. All right. Remember to play with what you can afford to lose. Okay, it is done, and tomorrow is another day, and I hope to see you again. Okay, remember if you've not subscribed to this our channel, please take our time to do that so that you do not miss out on a subsequent game that comes up. All right. That being said, and it's time to sign up. Until tomorrow, I hope to see you win. Keep winning.